G'day and welcome to another edition of Hef's Beer Reviews. Today I'm reviewing this beer here, yes, Foster's Light Ice. No, you have not been transported back to the 1990s. Foster's Light Ice, for those of you who don't know, it's not a new beer as such. It was around, launched originally in the mid-1990s and experienced quite a high level of popularity here actually in Australia. It jumped on board the cold filtered beer train that was full steam ahead back in those days. If you were around and of drinking age or near drinking age as the case might be, you'd remember of course Hahn Ice and Carlton Cold, both of which were full strength and exceptionally popular beers at that time. No longer with us, unfortunately. Light beers here in Australia, if you're an international viewer, light beers generally refer to beers that are low in alcohol, usually between 2% and 3% ABV. This new light ice, for want of a better term, comes in at a very low 2% ABV. So in this 330ml bottle, it's only half a standard drink. The original light ice, from memory, was around 2.5, maybe even 2.8% ABV. Certainly wasn't this low. The lowest beer that I can remember prior to this is the old Tooheys 2.2, which was back in the 1980s. Anyway, enough gibbering. Let's crack it on open. Twist top, of course, and we'll just pour out into the schooner glass. We can be aggressive with the pour. It's only 330 mils. And there we go. Let's have a look. Well, it is a very, very clear golden colour. It does have a little bit more colour than I was expecting. We've got less than a finger of white head, which is dissipating aroma. There's a faint malt aroma. Not much in the way of hops. That's what you'd expect, I guess, with this beer. Anyway, let's go in for a taste. Cheers. Light body, as you would expect. Little to no bitterness, again, as you would expect. In terms of flavour, there's not a whole lot there again. That's to be expected, I guess, with this style. There's a little bit of a soda water type taste to it, but there is also a lingering malt presence to the taste there at the back of the palate. Let's have another gulp. Okay. It's holding that taste profile. I'm assuming that it is hopped with Pride of Ringwood, but like in the aroma, there's not a whole lot to speak of. And as I said, with little to no bitterness, you're obviously not going to get much in the terms in the way of hop flavour as well. Not knowing, of course, what the hopping schedule was for the brew. The faint malt aroma, flavour, so a bit of sweet malt coming through. It's just a very light grain type taste. Not a whole lot to it, not very complicated. The finish, look, it's very clean. It's not, there's a little bit of dryness about the finish, but it's certainly not exceptionally dry. It's leaving a little bit of lacing there on the glass. That's nice. Sessionability, obviously very high with the light body and the low alcohol percentage. The price point, I believe at the moment at Dan Murphy's, they're going for about $15 for a 6-pack, which is not too bad. What kind of person are you going to find drinking light beers, low alcohol beers here in Australia? Look, they were pretty popular back in the day when the drink driving blitz started to occur in the late 70s and early 80s, there was certainly a need to produce something other than full strength varieties for people who wished to drive home from the pub or from a party or a barbecue or whatever, a dinner party as the case might have been back in those days. But at this point in time, in 2025, most people are either drinking mid-strengths, if they're looking for that option, or a zero alcohol beer rather than the light beers. Cascade Premium Light and Hahn Premium Light, I think, are still around, but certainly not as popular as they once were. I'm not sure that I can see the longevity in this brew, to be honest. I mean, it's not bad for what it is. For a light beer, to me, it certainly tastes better than most zero alcohol beers. So if you're looking to put away, 6 or so in one session and you don't want to be inebriated, then it's not a bad option. Considering it's only 2%, yeah, it's not bad. It's if you go into it with an open mind, don't expect full body, don't expect full flavour, because in this kind of beer you're just not going to get it. But it's not too bad. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5. So 2.5 out of 5 for the 2025 relaunch of Foster's Light Ice. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time on Hef's Beer Reviews.